And hello, YouTube, and welcome back to another episode of the Zone TV Entertainment. With me, your host Jonathan, once again bringing you my thoughts and movie review for my first movie of 2025, Den of Thieves 2, starring Gerard Butler, O'Shea Jackson Jr., and Ahmad. I probably butchered her name, and I apologize. I probably butchered their names, and I apologize. So, Den of Thieves 2 has been in the works, I guess, for 5 years, 6 years. I lost count. Honestly, I've only seen the first one like maybe once, and I liked it, and I haven't seen it since, which is kind of my mistake since I should have watched the first one before the new one came out. I didn't even know the second one was coming out. I didn't see the trailer for this movie, and so I kind of went blind watching this, but I'm like, okay, certain people are in this movie who returned from the first one, Gerard Butler being one of them. And he's still the same old grumpy cop guy who wants to catch a couple of jewel thieves this time around, who pretty much rob a diamond district in Italy. And it's probably one of the most, heavily guarded vault places that you're ever gonna find, and it's kind of difficult to rob. So you have the quote unquote bad guys, Jackson Jr. and the young lady from the first one. They team up, they get a new crew, and they want to rob this diamond joint because apparently they had some loot at one point that they lost and it ended up in that facility. So they want it back. It's like basically like you got robbed and somebody took your money and they put it into a fortress that's heavily guarded and has best security system, and you have to go rob it yourself to get it back. That's basically what this movie is. Then you have Gerard Butler who wants to like capture them, but he needs a way to get into their I guess world. So he goes undercover to try to find a way to get himself involved in trying to stop them from robbing this diamond district. And we get to see the new crew. We get to see Gerard and Jackson Jr. do their thing together, and it's basically a kind of not a buddy cop kind of thing, more like a buddy low budget version of Fast and Furious 5, where they go in there, they're gonna go rob somebody and then try to escape with everything. All right, so that's basically the gist of the plot I can give to you. Like I said, I didn't see the trailer for this movie, and I've only seen the first one like one time. I know 50 Cent was in the first one, and then he dies. Spoiler for that movie. And I know everybody else is in the movie. They all survive and they go to jail, and now they're doing this high stakes robbery. And Gerard Butler is still doing his thing, trying to stop them. All right, so how does it compare to if I'm just looking at this movie as just a movie? It was all right. It had some moments in here. I'm like, okay, this is a pretty generic, seen it, done it kind of movie of heisting and all that. Every movie that has to do with bank robberies or jewelry stores, they're all pretty much the same until Fast and Furious came along and kind of changed that and made it even more fun, because Fast and Furious 5 did it better than any of these heist movies that we've seen in years, in this modern day. It has, elements of heat in here, kind of, a little bit of, not The Godfather, more like, what's like a heist movie besides Heat? Yeah, you know what? Honestly, I'm just gonna stick with Heat. I think he's the only example I can think of. But it has some moments. Gerard Butler to me is kind of like I like Gerard Butler. I'm gonna be honest with you. He's starting to kind of remind me of Liam Neeson, playing the same character in everything he's in. I like him. He's not like a Jason Statham where Jason Statham plays the same character in every movie he's in, but it's still entertaining. Gerard Butler, doesn't give depth to his characters at all. He's just the same grumpy guy, who either he has a family or he's a cop or he's a military guy. He just plays the same character, kind of like what Liam Neeson did. And it kind of gets old and, boring. Unless it's the Olympus Has Fallen movies, those are the best movies he's done. Outside of that universe is like, you trying to take that character and put in other movies. It's not working. You know what I mean? It doesn't work. And Jackson, I thought he was great. There were some moments I'm looking at him like, who is this actor? Because there were moments he had like a beard, and he threw me off in the beginning for like 5 minutes. Because like I said, I haven't seen the first one in a long time, and he looked like Ice Cube, and I was like, that's not Ice Cube. And then I thought it was 50 Cent. You know, maybe he put on a little more, you know, be heavier for the film, to maybe disguise himself a little bit. I'm like, no, that's not him either. Oh, that's the other guy who was in the movie. I totally forgot. So he was fine. Their chemistry was great together. I wanted to see more from that. You know, it tried to be funny in certain moments here and there. I was like, all right. The heist part was pretty cool, but and then it became predictable. Where it's like, yeah, I know exactly where this is gonna go, and it kind of just dragged from there. And also, I felt like this movie was way too long for it to be to what it was. You know, this movie, there were moments I'm like, okay, it's done. They did what they did. That was cool. I liked it. Let's go home. No, it's still going. I'm looking at my watch sometimes. I'm like, dang, that late already. And look, honestly, I'm gonna be honest. I think they should have made the sequel maybe 2 years after the first one. Because, like I said, like I said before, I have to go back and watch the first one. I know I liked it. I know I liked the first one. But this second one took way too long. I didn't even know another one was coming out until I saw a preview of it in a theater for another movie. I'm like, they actually and I swore I thought this movie was going to go straight to Netflix or Amazon or something. And I had no idea it was going to theaters. So I went to go watch it. Had some cool moments. And then the rest was just, you know, average. It was all right. It was okay. So, yeah, there's my review for this movie. I thought it was just all right. But if you go into this movie and you end up loving it, awesome. Because if you like the first one, even better. I'm actually going to go watch the first one right now. Because I'm going to go pop it in right now just to remember what I missed out from the first one. Because there were some moments in here I completely blanked out on. You know, and that was my fault, my part. I should have done my research and watched the first one again before this one. But like I said, I kind of wanted to go in there. You know, sometimes movies to me just stick in my head. And I can remember like I can quote The Dark Knight after not even watching that movie for 3 years, and how I can quote the whole movie without even worrying about a line. But movies like this, sometimes I have to go back and watch it, and I totally forgot to. But, you know, I only based it on what I saw from this movie. There were some moments in here that I liked. I like Gerard Butler when he's not playing the same character. I like his chemistry with everybody else. The crew was pretty cool. The heist scene was cool. But everything else, to a degree, was just, you know, been there, done that. We've seen this already, you know. There was nothing really new to it. Oh yeah, we're gonna get diamonds instead of money this time around. Okay, but it was like the heist was just like, no, okay, nothing really high stakes about it. There's a scene in this movie to me, I'm like, that really threw me off because I'm like, wow, security are kind of morons, especially you put on a sporting event. And I won't tell you which one it is. When you watch it, it's like... So, what was the point of doing all this and that? You couldn't just walk right to the front door, and these bozos probably wouldn't even notice, but whatever. Other than that, I thought it was just fine. So, leave a comment below. Let me know what you guys thought. Did you guys know there was another Den of Thieves movie coming out? Didn't know about it. Saw the trailer. Thought it looked stupid. Loved it. Leave me a comment below. Let me know. Stay tuned for more. Thank you very much. And have a good day.